What's going on, everyone? My name's Mark and this is Mako Reselling. Now I've got another what sold video. These are going to be items that I thrifted, and these items sold from about July 20th through the end of the month. I'll let you know what I paid, how long it took to sell, and what it sold for. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Sold these cool women's hiking pants. Now I found these in the men's section of Goodwill. Paid $4.99 for them, and they sold very quickly. They sold in just one day, or on one of my haul videos just recently. You can see down at the bottom there is like these buttons, and as I looked through what had sold, I noticed that the ones that sold for the most used roll up as a keyword. Not even really sure what that does, but decided to put it in, and they sold really quickly. Sold these Izod performance golf pants, a nice green plaid color here, nice and loud. Immediately when I saw this at Goodwill, I thought, I gotta get these. Someone's gonna buy them. They were $4.99 and they sold in about 3 to 4 weeks. I had them up for $27. Someone sent an offer for $23 and I countered at $25. So a nice flip here from not necessarily the best brand. Sold this vintage Burberry men's blazer. Got this at Goodwill about 3 or 4 weeks ago for $5.99 and sold it for $52 today. So a really nice flip here. Burberry, obviously a great brand. And also this blazer has the gold buttons, which definitely helped it out as well. Sold this Pendleton women's blazer. This took about 3 months to sell, and I got this at Goodwill for $5.99. It sold for $29. Don't have a ton of experience selling women's blazers. Probably an area I need to get into a little bit more, but some decent enough profit there. And I probably could have held out a little bit longer till the winter, got a bit more, but went ahead, took the offer at $29. Sold this men's Brooks Brothers gold button navy blue blazer. It's a 39R. And this was an item that normally I sell for like 40 to 50 at least, but this had a hole in the sleeve, so it really hurt the value. It sold for $31. Nevertheless, it did sell pretty quickly. It took about a month to 6 weeks to sell. Got it at Goodwill for $5.99. So about a $20 profit there. Maybe not 20, maybe closer to 18. And good that I didn't have to take this back and return it. Sold this Polo Ralph Lauren women's cable knit fisherman sweater. This I believe is measured out at a large, and I got this at Goodwill for $4.99. It sold really quickly, sold in about a week. I had it listed for $35 and I took an offer for $32. Sold these cool pants for $37. This was a nice flip here. Got these for $4.99 at Goodwill about 3 months ago, and the size is a 36-30, so not too long of an inseam. The model is the Radical, so a pretty good model there, and overall just a good flip. Be on the lookout for cool. People are still buying up the linen like crazy. This is Lauren Ralph Lauren men's 100% linen white pants, and the size is 40-32, so pretty long of an inseam there, pretty good size. This I picked up at Goodwill for $4.99 and they sold for $37. So sold this LL Bean women's chore barn jacket with a corduroy collar for $51, a great flip. Got it for $6.99 at Goodwill and almost didn't get it because it is missing a button, you can see there at the bottom. But I thought about it when I was in the store looking at it, and didn't think it would really be too much of a big deal because, for one, it's all the way at the bottom and it's a jacket. Second of all, there's actually a spare button, which I pointed out in the listing. But just a really nice jacket here. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for more barn or chore jackets, even though it's the summer right now. And, it's got the corduroy collar as well. A nice flip. Sold this marine layer men's corduroy button down. Got this at Goodwill for $4.99 and it sold very quickly. Sold in about a week, probably even less than that. And I had it listed for 28. Someone sent an offer for 24 and I accepted. Sold these Adidas track pants here. Now, this was a good find. I can't remember if I got this at the bins or if I got it at the store. Most I would have paid would be $4.99. But you can see on the side, it's got this thing that says the brand with 3 stripes. That definitely helped its value because this sold for $40. And I had it listed about 50 for a while. Finally dropped it down to 40 and it sold within a matter of days. Sold this Indiana Pacers 1998 Eastern Conference Finals t-shirt. Got this off Whatnot for $8 about 3 months ago. Now, this took a lot longer to sell than I thought. Thought it would sell pretty quickly for around 30, and initially had to mark it down after about a month because I was getting tons of views, but no one was buying it. And that is because you can see the damage at the bottom of it. It eventually sold, and it sold for 22. So not as much as I wanted to. I thought someone would buy this, especially when the Pacers got to the Eastern Conference Finals, or the NBA Finals in June. But no one bid, and the damage definitely affected the value more than I thought it would. Love to sell jerseys. This here is a soccer/football jersey. It is the Charlotte Football Club, and I picked this up, I think, at Goodwill for $4.99. It's possible I got this at the bins, but probably got it at Goodwill, and it sold very quickly. Sold in about three weeks, I want to say, and sold for $30. I had it listed at 33 and decided to take an offer for 30. Got a little bit of damage on it too on the A, but again, I don't think people really care with stuff like jerseys if there's a little bit of damage. Sold this 511 Tactical. This is the Sierra soft shell here. Found this at the bins, so about $3 factoring in the weight, and it sold for 30. Took about 4 weeks to sell, I want to say, and a nice flip here. A lot of people did pass this up. Coats can sell in the summertime. Sold this Vineyard Vines Performance pullover vest, or actually it's a full zip vest, and this sold pretty quick. This sold in about 2 weeks. I got it at Goodwill for $4.99 and listed it out for $25. Maybe should have asked a few more dollars, but it didn't look like, based on what I was seeing, that I would probably be able to get much more. So a nice quick one here. Lacoste is a brand I really like. Unfortunately, not everything sells or is worth buying. This is a 4X, like a peach orange type polo shirt. And I got this about 2 months ago at Goodwill for $4.99. Just sold for $24. Had it listed at 30 and thought I could probably get 27, 28, but got an offer for 24. Just decided to go ahead and take it. Unfortunately, you know, I do find these from time to time. The polos probably just aren't worth picking up. Definitely not at $4.99, and maybe not even at the bins if it's like a regular size. I don't know, probably could get like 18 to 20 range, I would think. Sold this new with tags, Worthington women's skirts. Got this at the bins a while back. I want to say about 10 or 11 months ago. And, you know, probably just cost $1. Sold it for 15. Thought it'd be a little bit higher than the 15 I got for it, just because it was new with tags. But I guess, you know, it's coming from JCPenney essentially, so shouldn't have expected much more. Sold this Bugatti Umo new with tag shirt. This took about 4 months to sell, and I got this for $4.99 at Goodwill. Had it listed a little bit higher. I think it was 37 for a while. I dropped it down to like 33, 34, and someone sent an offer for 30. So went ahead and took it. In terms of this brand itself, I seem to find the used ones quite a bit. But I would buy another shirt like this, new with tags. Got me about a $20 profit there. Hey, this brand continues to sell well for me. This is Boy Scouts of America. I sold a few different things. They've been on some of my what sold videos, the last few ones. This took about 3 months to sell. I want to say I got it at the bins, so probably just about $1. It's sold for 20. Definitely something I will continue to look out for if the price is right. Sold this Joseph A. Bank Newid tags gray suit. This is actually the second time that I've sold this. First was a return. Luckily, the return was only like it was pretty close, so the shipping was only like $7, so not out too much money. This has been in my store for only about 3 weeks. It sold pretty quickly the first time, and I got it back up once I got it returned from the person, relisted it, bumped up the price a little bit. It was originally at like 65 the first time I sold it, so I went up to 74 and it sold. So hopefully this time the person does not return it, and probably looking at about a $35 profit. I want to say maybe 40, maybe a little bit less. Sold these LL Bean fleece line khakis. These took about 3 months to sell, 3 to 4 months, I want to say. Got these at the bins, so probably $2 or $3, and they sold for $23. Might have been able to get a little bit more if I'd waited till like fall, winter, but happy with what I got. A nice flip here. This is a Columbia Ascender soft shell jacket. It is a 5XL, so that definitely helps. And I got this about a month ago, so it took about a month to sell, $6.99 cost, and it sold for $43. So definitely outerwear, big size, that helped it out, and it can sell in the summertime. Sold this Brooks Brothers Makers vintage made in USA shirts. These are a popular item, one to be on the lookout for in terms of Brooks Brothers. If you see that Brooks Brothers Makers, you see that Made in USA, definitely pick it up. This I got for $4.99 and it sold for $37, and took about, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks to sell. Sold these Santorelli Made in Italy luxury serge pants. This is the Romero model, and of course, what attracted me to this when I saw it when I was going through the racks, I got this at Goodwill for $4.99, was the Made in Italy. It has the Made in Italy, you can see right here on the inside of the waistband. So anytime I see that, I don't know the brand, it feels good quality, I'm going to look it up. These sold for $35, had them listed at $40, and they sold just in a couple weeks. So definitely a nice dress pant to be on the lookout for. Sold these Nike men's running shorts. Got these at the bins for probably, maybe $1, maybe 50 cents. They sold for $12, so not a ton of margin there. Had them listed at $14, and they took about 2 months to sell. Sold this Roundtree in York slim fit white pinpoint Oxford. Got this at the bins, I want to say about 2 months ago, and probably just about a $2 buy cost. It sold for $14, so not the most money there. Thought I was going to make a little bit more on this one, like 18 to 20. Not a brand I'll be picking up again. I thought that it has this gold label. I'm not sure. I'll zoom in so you can see it. But I thought that gold label would help it out. It did not, and not something that I would recommend picking up, unless, of course, you already have it. Okay, this is a personal item here, a J. Crew Polo gray-white striped shirt. Didn't sell for much, sold for $12, but all profit. And goes to show you, you have some personal items, you can put them in your store. I always do that, whether it's hard goods, clothing, make a few extra bucks on things that otherwise you might donate. Sold this Brooks Brothers men's pinpoint Oxford white shirt. This is just a plain white shirt. Got it at Goodwill for $4.99, and it sold pretty quickly. It sold in about 2 weeks for $25. So decent money there, about a $15 profit. These Brooks Brothers shirts, these white shirts, people need them for things like weddings, for, all sorts of different stuff, events. They sell year round. I would define this as definitely a bread and butter type item where you can make money and a decent, a little bit of money, and they will sell. People need these shirts. They don't want to spend $70 to $80 at Brooks Brothers or another place. People are familiar with the brand. Sold this Peter Millar Seaside Wash men's polo for $20.70. Now this had been in the store for quite a while, I think about 5 months, and I got this at Goodwill for $4.99. Not something I would pick up again or recommend really picking up, just like a plain Peter Millar striped shirt like this. Something that really, if it has like a golf emblem or a golf course or a school, something I would buy, but not just like a plain polo like this. There's just not really enough money there, I think, and the market's pretty saturated at this point. Sold this Chaps Ralph Lauren vintage all-white shirt, made in USA. This was not a great flip here. I picked this up at Goodwill, I believe, for $4.99. It's possible I got it at the bins as well. Would have been like $2 probably. But this shirt has a couple stains on it, very light stains. And even without the stains, these shirts don't sell for much. They only sell for like 15 to 17, especially the fact that this is all white. Anyhow, I had it for 15. I sent an offer for 11. The guy countered at 8, and I accepted it because I really wanted to get rid of this shirt. And with damage, there's not a lot of room for more profit.